favourite apps, and it's called Fitbit because I actually like keeping track of all the actual steps I take. The reason why I brought this one up is because I find it the colours they've chosen with regards to the contrast and the information I need to see is actually quite poor. It's a light background with a light text, and the only way for me to see the information is to zoom up. And although I've zoomed up now almost to the maximum setting that an iPhone can get, and I can see I've done 3,047 steps, the font itself is still quite fine and hard to see. So I've zoomed just back out now, and I'm not going to test if VoiceOver will work and read that out to me.
Fitbit, 3,047 steps, 30% of goal, button.
So it is reading that information to me, but VoiceOver isn't always the option for me to use to be able to read that information due to the environmental noise that might be around me at the time. But something that came to mind to this app, which I still find difficult and I forget that it's there, when you turn VoiceOver on,
Trip View Light, heading.
It automatically explains the heading, and then I'm looking, okay, what do I do next? So I'm pressing what I think is a bunch of text.
To get started, press the plus button to add a new trip. This light version does not save trips. See the About page for details about the full version.
So I want to add a trip. I'm looking for something called the plus button. It's logical for me to actually start swiping to the right, so I'm reading left to right like you would normally if you could see.
Selected, trips, tab, 1 of 3.
I'm looking for the plus button.
Tools, tab, 2 of 3. About, tab, 3 of 3. About, tab, 3 of 3.
That's repeated the last button because there's nothing more on that page to read. So I'm left with thinking, where's the plus button?
Trip View Light, heading, add, button.
Just come across something called add. That's not the plus button. So the actual written instructions contradict the actual labelling of the button. So it's quite important those two things do align. So 2-finger swipe down from the top of the screen.
Fitbit mobile drag. Sync today, 11:33 a.m. Email verification required. Today, 3,047 steps, 30% of goal, 3.12 kilometers, 39% of goal, 1,019 calories burned, 40% of goal.
So when I activated that, a little dialog box popped up straight away, and it had like a rabbit in the right-hand side to indicate talk faster and a turtle in the left-hand side to indicate talk slower. And you had a pause button and an X button, which also can close it down. It actually automatically reads the text from the top left-hand corner across to the right and then down the page accordingly. I find it very useful within apps if I'm trying to navigate or get an idea of what the content is on the page before I start any other accessibility apps. Great for web pages, excellent for emails, that feature. If an app is not accessible, or I find that it's not working well within the different accessibility settings on my phone, I delete it. I don't use it. I do give them reviews, I do give them feedback, but at the end of the day, I have an expectation that all apps should be working properly with the various different types of accessibility settings on my iPhone. Without these accessibility features being encompassed within a design will just limit my availability to be able to use it. And if I can't use it, then you don't get my service, I suppose.